often does the whispered question ripple through social circles, echo from television screens, and resonate in the quiet corners of countless minds? What do women truly desire when it comes to penis size? The conversational landscape is frequently dominated by fervent boasts of impressive endowments or somber laments over less than satisfying encounters, often fixated on a singular, quantifiable measurement. Yet, does the mythical 12-incher genuinely represent the universal aspiration, the pinnacle of intimate satisfaction for every woman, Dr. Anna Good, a distinguished urologist and a meticulous pelvic surgeon, embarks on a compelling and deeply informative journey, dissecting a series of rigorous studies to illuminate the nuanced and often surprising preferences women hold regarding penile length and girth. Prepare to have common assumptions challenged and long-held beliefs re-evaluated as the data speaks for itself. Peeking behind the curtain, insights from purchased pleasures, one of the most innovative and perhaps most authentic approaches to unraveling genuine preferences, involves meticulously analyzing the sales data of the most sought-after sex toys on the market. The rationale behind this methodology is elegantly straightforward, and like self-reported preferences, which can sometimes be influenced by societal pressures, perceived norms, or even a desire to present oneself in a certain light, the act of actively purchasing an intimate item for personal use, presumably for the purpose of vaginal insertion, offers a far more tangible and unvarnished reflection of true desire. It's a direct expression of what brings pleasure, unburdened by external expectations. A foundational study embarked on this very quest, delving deep into the vast inventories of 8 prominent sex toy distributors. What this meticulous investigation brought to light might genuinely astonish many. The most consistently purchased sex toys, those flying off virtual shelves, overwhelmingly fell within a surprisingly specific range, 4 to 6 inches in length. Furthermore, the data was remarkably consistent across 6 of these 8 expansive online platforms. The average length of the items sold remained steadfastly below 6 inches. Simultaneously, the average girth of these popular choices hovered just under 4.5 inches. These dimensions strikingly align with remarkable precision to the average measurements of the male anatomy, suggesting a profound and perhaps underestimated harmony between what is typical in nature and what is genuinely desired by consumers. This compelling concordance between the average and the preferred leads to a fascinating, almost existential question. Could the everyday, the familiar, truly be the most ideal, the ultimate source of contentment? What hidden comfort lies in the ordinary? The allure of average and beyond. A deeper dive into dildo data to build upon these initial findings and add further layers of granularity to our understanding. A second, equally rigorous study pushed the boundaries of inquiry. This research specifically concentrated on best-selling realistic dildos, a category designed to mimic the human form, drawing its comprehensive data from the top 5 online adult retailers in the United States, alongside the immense and influential global marketplace of Amazon.com. The aggregate analysis of these highly coveted items, those consistently ranked as customer favorites, unveiled an average insertive length of approximately 16.7 centimeters, which translates to roughly 6.5 inches. This particular measurement, it's crucial to observe, positions itself ever so slightly beyond the commonly accepted average length of the male penis. This subtle, yet discernible, deviation in preference introduces an intriguing possibility. While the average is undeniably appreciated and widely satisfying, a fractional increase might just offer an enhanced, more profound, or perhaps simply a more sensationally stimulating experience. It suggests a delicate balance, where just right might encompass a spectrum. Yet, as with any scientific inquiry driven by data, a crucial and illuminating counterpoint emerged, meticulously challenging a simplistic or one-dimensional interpretation of the raw sales figures. A subsequent study, designed to scrutinize the underlying drivers of sex toy popularity, introduced a compelling and unexpected twist. The sheer volume of sales and widespread appeal of a sex toy were not, it determined, solely or even predominantly dictated by its realistic features, such as its insertable length. Instead, other powerful, often overlooked factors, particularly price and circumference or girth, wielded significant and often decisive influence. In a discovery that defied intuitive expectations, the research revealed that toys boasting a notably larger circumference were, in fact, less popular than those adhering to a more average girth. This intriguing finding invites a deeper, more introspective contemplation, perhaps comfort, ease of use, and a profound sense of fit. The feeling of being just right within the anatomy weigh more heavily in the grand scheme of intimate satisfaction than sheer, unadulterated size. This nuanced understanding nudges us to consider that pleasure is not merely about dimensions but about harmony and sensation. What then truly defines the most satisfying encounter? Is it solely about what can be inserted, or about how perfectly it interacts with the body? The unveiling, embracing the bell curve of desire, synthesizing the diverse, sometimes surprising, and always compelling threads of this extensive research, a clearer, remarkably reassuring, and ultimately liberating conclusion emphatically emerges. The vast majority of women express profound and consistent satisfaction with a penis of average length and girth. The boundless digital marketplace, with its seemingly infinite array of choices and custom-sized options, offers literally any dimension imaginable to the discerning consumer. Yet, despite this unconstrained freedom of choice, the prevailing consumer behavior, as evidenced by sales data, consistently points toward a discernible preference for average lengths, or perhaps those that are just a touch longer, invariably coupled with an average girth. This collective data powerfully and perhaps definitively debunks many widespread myths and long-held anxieties, offering a profound sense of reassurance where self-doubt often takes root. The pervasive narrative, often fueled by sensationalism or exaggerated tales, frequently distorts the reality of female desire. However, the concrete evidence, drawn from actual purchasing decisions, paints a more grounded and ultimately more affirming picture. If one's measurements comfortably fall within the typical range or gracefully reside on the bell curve of average, there is every conceivable reason to feel entirely confident, completely normal, and perfectly desirable. Partners, it is consistently indicated by this robust body of research, will, in all likelihood, find themselves thoroughly content, deeply pleased, and immensely satisfied. While anecdotal outliers or lighthearted, sometimes self-deprecating jests about size may persistently circulate in casual conversations, the tangible, deliberate choices individuals make for their own intimate pleasure paint a distinctly different and far more nuanced reality. They are not, by and large, actively seeking dimensions situated at the extreme, outlying ends of the spectrum, whether in terms of length or girth. This profound understanding offers a crucial shift in perspective, moving decisively beyond the often unrealistic pressures of societal expectations to embrace the authentic and understated beauty of what is truly desired. What genuinely brings joy and connection? To uncover even more about specific preferences, particularly concerning women who report experiencing vaginal orgasms and their reported inclination for a longer penile length. Further intriguing insights await exploration in subsequent discussions. The journey into understanding intimate desire is never truly complete, always inviting more discovery.